One of the really cool things about branding, if you have a service-based business, is that it makes customers more likely to do business with you. In fact, a lot of times they seek you out, sales are easier, and people spend more money with you because you have a known brand. This makes pursuing branding very attractive to people with businesses, but before you can build a brand, first you have to know what kind of company you have, which means you have to figure out what you're going to be known for, and very importantly, what your reputation is going to be. Welcome back to the Security Bros. I'm Ken, and this is James.
Yeah, when you're a small business, you're not going to have a big brand right off the rip. So a big thing to focus on is reputation. And I don't know that the brand right off the rip is as much of a value as just really focusing on building a great reputation, because that's what people are going to take and tell their friends about. So reputation creates trust with people. That trust is going to end up leading into more business. To me, reputation is a set of things that you're known for.
It helps to define these things, because if we're going to talk about the power of brand, we need to know what brand is. If we're going to talk about the power of building a reputation and why that needs to be built before brand, it helps to define what reputation is. As you said, it is something that you get to be known for through actual interactions. Whereas brand is something that people associate with your company.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be through an actual interaction. It could be through marketing. Reputation is going to be the things that you do consistently. So if the company is always late, that will be the reputation. If the company is always doing high quality work, that's going to be part of the reputation. And you can only have a reputation, I think, for a few things. Like if you want to control your reputation, you have to focus on a few things and get those things right consistently, which is why you have to ask, what do I want to be known for? The things that you do internally or what you end up getting a reputation for externally. And a lot of companies, they have a really bad internal sequence, and they try to use marketing and branding to like shield themselves from that bad reputation. It's way more powerful if you figure out what you want to be known for, find a way to do those things consistently and internally, on the side of the business that people can't see, and then pair the brand with that so that your branding matches your reputation. If you can actually match both those things, that's a super powerful combo.
If the internal structure of your company is poison and toxic and just terrible, you can try to cover it with the Band-Aid of a good brand, but that, like you said, will seep out. A brand is like what you say about your company, and a reputation is what your customers say about your company.
That's a good way to put it. One way to think of it, a box of cereal.
Okay.
The brand is the box.
Okay.
It's all the colors and the fonts and all the advertising on the outside of the cereal. You want what's inside to match what's on the outside, right? And so the branding would be everything on the external, which you do so that you give people an impression of what they can expect if they work with you. With a service business, that's what you have the branding for, so people know what to expect when they work with you.
And while branding is very important, to me, the reason I say to focus a bit on your reputation before going into the branding aspect is because when you create a brand, you want to be able to back it up. So if you have a group of people that you've done work for and have built a good reputation with, then you have an army of people behind you ready to sing your praises and say, hey, these people do great work. That's why it goes back to the word of mouth being the most powerful advertising you can ever have.
It's very difficult to build a brand or a company that's based on word of mouth. But word of mouth is also very powerful because it means that you don't need advertising to keep bringing in new clients. There's some companies where their advertising is good, they're constantly bringing in clients, but those clients don't like the experience, and so they keep leaving. So they are coming in and they're going out, and eventually those companies burn, like in this particular area, they'll just burn through all their potential clients.
Branding only goes so far, and if your service sucks, customers aren't going to return and run away. So it's exactly what you said. When you do a good job, ask your customers for a review. So that way, say review on your Google page or whatever.
I was looking this up recently, and you're not supposed to ask the same customer for the review twice, because they can't leave multiple reviews. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They can
that
only leave
that
the
tracks.
one. So if you do business with a lot of the same customers over and over, you can't ask them for another review, even though you've done another project, which
Right.
happens with us. The
It
same
does.
customer hires us to do work on multiple locations. We can't get a review for everything we do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But what you might be able to do is get someone who gave you a 4-star, see if they can't go log back in and bump that up to a 5.
Did we earn another star? Yeah. There's some people that won't give out 5 stars.
I generally don't leave a review unless I'm going to leave a 5-star. Yeah.
If it's like really, really bad, I feel like there's an actual value to writing, and I want to give proper context into why I left the bad review. I'll be more inclined to just leave 5 stars with nothing written than I would be to leave 1 star with nothing written.
The reputation has to match the branding.
100%.
In order for those two things to interact in a very compounding way, so one helps make the other, benefits the other, they both need to be based on the same thing. It's like, once again, with the box of cereal, I mean, you got to make the cereal, and then you make the box to go with the cereal.
Working on your reputation first forces you to actually do something in a positive direction to where you have to make a good impression without just saying, like, making up something. Because you can make up anything about your brand. You can say, this is what we are, this is who we are, these are our colors, this is our font, this is our vibe. The reputation is something that's actually tangible.
Yeah, with us, we had iterations. When it first started, I thought the company would be more like this thing. And then over time, I realized, you know what? This is really the area that needs all the work in the industry. So let's focus on that, which then influenced the way that the website was designed. At some point I said, let's make a website where the focus is not at all on us. Like, here at our company, we like to do this. I'm like, you know what? Nobody's here. It has nothing to do with us. People, when they arrive at the website, what they're trying to figure out is, does this company do what I need? Is this product going to solve my problem? Am I even in the right place? I thought, wow, what if we could get people to that answer as fast as possible? The idea is to give people an impression of what it's like to work with us through just the feel of the website. Because as you said, you can tell people right away, working with us feels like this.
Right.
But that doesn't mean anything. If you want people to actually make that association with you via branding, you have to help them to feel it. And the best way to do that is to do them the honor or the courtesy of making a site that is clean, pleasant, friendly, gets to the point of what they're looking for. And it's not confusing, it's not distracting, it's not aimed to just keep them on the site and do a bunch of like tricks, no pop-ups that are just in chat boxes and sign up for our newsletter now and just all this crap. It's like easy to work with. Hopefully their interaction with the site from a branding perspective matches the way it would feel to work with us in real life. And so everything from the text, where this is actually difficult to do, where it never mentions us except for the contact us page. It's literally contact us, but the rest of it is structured like, with this system you will have
It's all about
with
the
this
feeling
system
from the
you will
customer
have
side.
30 days revolving storage on your video. With it's you, it's talking to the viewer as opposed to saying we provide this. It says you will receive this.
Yep.
It takes us completely out of the picture, focuses on the customer experience. And hopefully what happens is people go there and they have a feeling and then they associate that with us. That's branding.
And that is the point, why it's so important.
And if you like the point that is so important, why don't you like this video so we know it's so important and share it so your friends know.
Bye.